more sound. Maybe something more basic. Nowhere to press, and I love it because then you can play with your how you are, kind of. It takes every kind of movement. If you're stressful, it sounds stressful. If you're happy, it sounds happy. So it's like a little bit like a crazy instrument. And that was found by the scientists who want to measure the gas density. So they thought, like, if the density is getting higher, we would like to hear the higher pitch. Why not to try it out? And that was like how Theremin was born in the 20s. And exactly that was born also with the architectural acoustics. I'm working on as a building technology engineer with a special focus on computational acoustics in Hafencity University, Hamburg. And I'm exploring the sound waves around us, also through the digital tools. And that is actually, I don't know if it's like a kind of coincidence, but also I'm working at night as a musical director in the Atelier Theater for playing with making some mosquito sounds with the theremin or touring with them. And I'm also working as a professional musician, and I have a musical lab. So it's also, I'm working on some musical studies. And what you see is about some kind of a demo video from my PhD thesis. I wanted to tell you today some challenges. I have always some challenges, and what I found until now is like going through it and then just leaving it to the flow. And at some point, some things are coming together, putting the puzzle pieces, and then I find out that I'm getting happier. If I'm not taking the challenge, it's just getting disappeared, and then I kind of feel like I'm cutting that magic part of it. So why did I tell about the challenges? Because when I got my first architectural project after having my master's on the building physics, I didn't have an acoustic simulation program. So I basically couldn't calculate, but I promised it because this is how business works, right? So I told, like, yes, for sure, I can simulate everything, I can change the world and everything else. And at home, I was like, okay, we have to develop the acoustic simulation program right now. And luckily, I have a friend who is a computer scientist, and he thought, like, okay, we got completely crazy now. We can't do that in a day. Are you crazy? And I thought, like, I know how the waves are working, so I know the physics, I know the architectural design about it, so you know how to communicate with the computers somehow, right? And he was like, yeah, and it's not so easy. But we were ready around like 2 o'clock with the first prototype with the Monte Carlo simulations. So what we did was actually we started the blank page in processing, which has like Java behind, and it is especially created for the designers. So we used that power of the computation to develop our own program. And the program was, as you see, it's like having the meshes with the acoustic panels. So that is part of a room mesh. This is about architecture. We have a receiver, like the theremin you can think of, and we have you as an audience. So we were modeling those 3 things, and the simulations that rays were going out of our source and then crashing to the walls. Some of the sound were absorbing, some of them are reflecting, and in combination of these parameters we are hearing well or terribly. So maybe you experienced some violin concerts before with the good acoustics, it feels much better. Or maybe you've had some experiences that someone is talking and you can't understand anything on the behind. It is solvable. It's always solvable. And before building the buildings, we can simulate that. And also we can simulate the sound and hear how that will be sounding after the building. After my PhD, these are the buildings, but I don't skip maybe that part because I was taking the project and then I built the acoustic simulation program. And that was impressing the architect a lot because I was very honest. I told like, we developed that program for you. And he was quite impressed by that one. So he gave me one more project and one more project. He told his friends and we got a lot of real buildings then. This is a planetarium standing in Istanbul right now. Also, this is on the left, Hilton Belmonte, that we made the complete acoustic project of the building. And the more that we could measure the acoustics in the real built environment, the better that we could feed in the program. So we were getting faster and faster. We were getting more and more projects worldwide. It was like in Libya, in Russia, in Iraq, and Azerbaijan, Vienna, Italy. We made a lot of projects and we had basically a lot of fun because we could do like in 5 seconds the things that 2 other offices were doing like in 5 days. So that was a kind of like quite a fun time. Why did we do that? Because we had also the kind of imagination of, okay, in the end, when we develop that program more and more, because we are generating a lot of data, we can use the power of AI, which ChatGPT was not existing that time. Like everybody was telling like, we don't believe AI, that it will not come in 10 years, we will never have AI. But we thought like, if we can generate enough rooms, we might have some kind of an Excel table in the end. At least we can use that one a bit like AI. And it happened, we didn't need really AI inside, so because we used the brute force method to generate a lot of different geometries, and Excel table was just enough. So we could just make it with the computation, we could solve the problem. And then I started in HCU for a synthetic data generation project this time, and my challenge was that nobody knew what to do. So that was the also part that we were starting to work with Werner and Arik, and we were trying to generate different kind of picture in an artsy ways also. Some, again, crazy challenges like underground skyscrapers, non-existing materials, non-existing time frames, and these pictures were taking, one picture was taking like 17 minutes before ChatGPT for us. And now I have a new challenge. I'm leading a big project, which is like for academia, kind of a huge funding with the 16 million euro budget. I'm managing like 6 universities, and we are building a predictor for Deutsche Bahn to make the trains come on time, hopefully. Yeah, also in the Christmas times, and hopefully, yeah, that's a big challenge, but somehow the points came together for me, because you know the sound waves that we are actually exploring right now is like through the wireless networks. We are trying to find out that predictor through the 5G and the 6G technologies. So we are trying to put lots of sensors to the station and then trying to measure the human behavior. And we are I think it was like 2 minutes. Okay. So we are trying to measure the human behavior in the train stations and also getting the sensors from the trains with the light gate, with different kind of sensor technologies, and trying to put that in a digital twin to guess that we will have more guests in Christmas or in the cold. Some trains will get broken or get crashed or something like that. So we can predict things in a real time, because the 5G technology, which is actually the combination of the waves that I just played, has a big potential that it can give us the real-time information about where are the passengers or where are the people. And that will be also important for the self-driving cars or anything that would use that real-time information for the location. Yeah, I'm looking forward for upcoming challenges. And if you would like to collaborate in any kind of topic, just reach me out. Thank you.